Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 11, Up the Tree Again. Everyone crowded into Silky's room inside the tree. How did we get back to the tree? Asked Rick in amazement. Silky told him, we found you all asleep on that big bed and we rubbed some of the whiz-away ointment on it, the very last bit, and it whizzed us away here. Oh, and we wetted the Sandman's sand so he couldn't throw it into our eyes and make us go to sleep. What's his name was very clever too. He cut the bottom of the sack with his scissors, found a handful of dry sand there and threw it at the Sandman himself, said the angry pixie. And we went right off to sleep and couldn't use his powers on us any more. So he was fast asleep. It's all Rick's fault, said Joe. We said we wouldn't go to any more lands, and up we went there and got caught by the Sandman, so of course we had to go after him. Sorry, said Rick. Anyway, everything's all right now, and I won't do it again. We better go home, said Beth. It must be getting late. Goodness knows when we'll come again, Silky. Bye, everyone. Come and see us if we don't come and see you. They all slid down the slippery slip at top speed, then walked home, talking about their latest adventure. It was so strange being awake and having dreams, said Frannie. Do you remember the muffins that turned into kittens? Oh, really wish a nice land would come to the top of the tree, said Joe. Like the land of take what you want. That was fun. I wonder if it will ever come again. For about a week, the children did not even go into the enchanted wood. For one thing, they were very busy helping their parents, and for another, they felt that they didn't want any more adventures for a while. And then a note came from Silky and Moonface, and this is what it said. Dear Beth, Frannie, Joe and Rick, we know that you don't want any more adventures just yet, but you might like to know that there's an exciting land at the top of the Faraway Tree at the moment. It's the land of do as you please. Even nicer than the land of take what you want. We are going there tonight. If you want to come, come just before midnight. You can go with us. We'll wait till then. Love from Silky and Moonface. The children read the note once more. Their eyes began to shine. Shall we go? Said Frannie. Better not, said Joe. Something silly is sure to happen to us. It always does. Oh, Joe, let's go, said Beth. I know how exciting the enchanted wood is right now, too. With all the fairy folk about and the faraway tree lit with lanterns and things. Come on, Joe. Say we'll go. I really think we better not, said Joe. Rick might do something silly again. I will not, said Rick in a temper. It's not fair of you to say that. Don't quarrel, said Beth. Well, listen, if you don't want to go, Joe, Frannie and I will go with Rick. You can look after us. Joe looked back up at himself. Rick wants looking after, said Joe. Rick pulled a face at Joe, and Joe pulled a face back. Oh, don't, said Beth. You're not in the land of do as you please now. That made everyone laugh. Sorry, Joe, said Rick. Be a sport. Let's all go tonight. Or at any rate, let's go up the tree and hear what Silky and Moonface can tell us about the new land. If it sounds all dangerous, we won't go, okay? All right, said Joe, who really did not want to go as badly as the others, but felt that he shouldn't keep leading them into danger. All right, we'll go and talk to Silky and Moonface, but remember, if we decide not to go with them, there's to be no grumbling. We promised, Joe, said Beth. And so it was settled. They would all go to the enchanted wood that night, climb the faraway tree to see their friends. It was exciting to slip out of bed at 11:30 and get dressed. It was very dark because there was no moon. We shall have to take a pocket light, said Joe. Are you ready? Now, don't make too much noise or you'll wake Mother and Father. They all crept downstairs out into the dark, silent garden. An owl hooted nearby. Woo, woo. And and something ran down the garden path. Beth nearly squealed. Shh, it's only a mouse or something, said Joe. I'll switch on my light now. Keep close together and we'll see where we're going. In a bunch, they went down the back garden and out into the little lane there. The enchanted wood loomed big and dark. The trees spoke to one another softly. Wish, oh wish, oh wish. They said, wish, oh wish, oh wish. The children climbed over the ditch and walked through the wood down the paths they knew all too well. The wood was full of fairy folk going about their business. They took no notice of the children. Joe soon switched off his light. Lanterns shone everywhere and gave enough light to see by. They soon came to the dark trunk of a tree, and the tree was the Faraway Tree. A rope swung down through the branches. Good, said Rick. Is Moonface going to pull us up? No, said Joe. We'll have to climb up, but we can use the rope to help us. It's always in the tree at night to help many folk going up and down. And indeed, there were a great many people using the Faraway Tree that night. Strange pixies, goblins, gnomes swarmed up and down it, and elves climbed up, chattering hard. Where are they going? Asked Rick in surprise. Oh, up to the land of do-as-you-please, I expect, said Joe. And some of them are visiting their friends in the tree. Look, there's the angry pixie. He's got a party going on tonight. The angry pixie had about 8 little friends squashed into his tree room, and he looked as pleased as he could be. Come join us, he said to Joe. We can't, said Joe. Thanks all the same. We're going up to Moonface's. Everyone dodged Dame Washalot's washing water, laughed at old what's-his-name sitting snoring as usual in his chair, and at last came to Moonface's house. And there was nobody there. There was a note stuck on the door. We waited till midnight and you didn't come. If you do come, we're not here. You'll find us in the land of do-as-you-please. Love from Silky and Moonface. P.S. Do come. Just think of all the things you want to do, and you can do them all in the land as do-as-you-please. Gosh, said Rick longingly, what I'd like to do better than anything else is to ride 6 times on a roundabout without stopping. And I'd like to eat 6 ice creams without stopping, said Beth. And I'd like to ride an elephant, said Frannie. And I'd like to drive a train all by myself, said Joe. Joe, let's go up the ladder, begged Frannie. Please, please, let's go. Why can't we go and visit a really nice land when one comes? It's so mean of you to say we can't. Well, said Joe. Well, I suppose we'd better. Come on. With shrieks of delight, the girls and Rick raced up the ladder and through the crowd. A lantern hung at the top of the hole and gave them light, but lo and behold, as soon as they got into the land above the cloud, it was daylight. How magical! The children stood and gazed around it. It seemed very exciting land, rather like a huge amusement park. There were roundabouts going round and round and round in time to music. There were swings and seesaws. There was a train puffing along busily, and there were small planes flying everywhere, with elves and pixies and goblins having a fine time in them. Goodness, doesn't it look exciting, said Beth. I wonder where Moonface and Silky are. There they are, over there on that roundabout, cried Joe. Look, Silky is riding the tiger that's going up and down all at the same time. And Moonface is on the giraffe. Let's go on too. And off they all ran. As soon as Moonface and Silky saw the children, they screamed with joy and waved their hands. The roundabout stopped and the children got on. Beth chose a white rabbit. Frannie rode on a lion and felt very grand. Joe went on a bear, and Rick chose a horse. So glad you came, cried Silky. We waited and waited for you. Oh, we're off. Hold tight. The roundabout went round and round and round. The children stood excitedly because it went so fast. Let's have 6 rides without getting off, cried Joe. So they did. And whoops of cries of delight. They were giddy when they did at last get off, and they rolled around like drunken sailors. I feel like sitting down with 6 ice creams, said Beth, and at once an ice cream man drove up and handed out 30 ice creams. It did look a lot. When Joe had divided them up equally, there were 6 each, and how delicious they were! Everybody managed 6 quite easily. And now, what about me driving that train? Cried Joe, jumping up. I've always wanted to do that. Would you like to all be my passengers? Well, come on then. And off they all raced to where the train had stopped at a little station. Hi there, yelled Joe to the driver. I want to drive your train. Come along then, said the driver, jumping up and down. It's ready to go. And that's the end of that chapter. And the next one's called The Landers Do As You Please. So I think we'll find more about the land next time.